Guys, Kendall with BlackOvis, talking today about the Lapponia III boot from Crispi. Now, the Lapponia III has been around for a year. This is year 2 on Lapponia III. What is the difference between Lapponia II and Lapponia III? I'll talk about that in 1 second. But the reason why we're introducing the new Lapponia III is because of the color. Nothing super fancy other than they've gone to a hazelnut color. Some of you guys have been with Crispi for a long time, like myself, been a big fan. The Lapponia I, which is the OG Lapponia, was built in just a hazelnut color. And if you remember correctly, the Lapponia I, the lacing stopped right here where this orange eyelet is, and they did not have the lacing down into the front. That's part of the reason why most people that tried the Lapponia that originally would look at it and say, oh, that definitely is a skinny foot boot, really were surprised that this boot does fit a wide variety of feet, and even could be potentially said that this is this favors a wider than normal foot. And it's because this lacing didn't exist in the original Lapponia. Lapponia II changed to a gray color and added this lacing right here. And Lapponia III changed the sole and went from the sole that's found on the Thor, which is the Crispi claw, and added more beef, more rubber, more substance by adding the Crispi, oh, actually it's the Vibram Mega Grip outsole. Almost forgot the name right there. The Lapponia III features the Mega Grip outsole, dual density EVA midsole, everything you love about the Lapponia. PU Tech here in the upper. When they went from Lapponia I to Lapponia II, they lightened it up by adding this piece right here, redesigning some of the elements, adding in this locking lace loop right there on the corner as it turns to the upper shaft. But nothing new as far as ingredients. The only new thing with the Lapponia III for 2025 is that new hazelnut color, and coming in at, let's see, there's a size 8.5, 1 pound 5.1 ounces. So if you're running like, let's say a 12 or a 11 and a half, you're probably gonna bump up maybe 1 pound 7 ounces. Still extraordinarily light. Still, I think, as far as doing just about anything in the mountains, depending on your fitness and what you want from a boot. If you want a boot, this comes in a 2 flex that's still very flexible, and you physically want to do more and you're not demanding as much out of your boot, honestly, this could be your one and only. And a lot of guys are doing that. Me personally, I use this boot starting basically scouting season, and I'm running this all the way through archery season and into probably late September, early October. And as long as the temperatures stay warm, and particularly if I'm in a stalking situation and I don't want to remove my boots, or I'm in terrain that I know I'm not going to pull off my boots and stalk, or maybe you're on a muzzleloader hunt where you only need to get within, let's say 125 yards rather than a bow range where you're trying to get into that 50, 60, 60, 40 yards. The Lapponia is really a phenomenal option because you can still be quite stealthy, even though I think the added rubber did take away a little bit of stealth. And if that's the case for you, then you might want to look at Lapponia Light. But Lapponia III is just a phenomenal all-around great boot. And still, I'm going to back into what I was saying before, even with the added lace loops that went from the Lapponia I to Lapponia II, I still think because of the awesomeness of this leather and the forgivingness, I mean, it's not just awesome leather, it's very forgiving and it does allow for some flex. The Lapponia III still fits that standard to even a slightly wider foot, and you can lace it up a little tighter if you've got a narrow foot. And I've seen guys where they lace that really snug, and like myself, with a slightly wider than normal foot, I allow that to be a little loose, and Lapponia III is definitely a go-to. If you have any questions about the Lapponia III or any of the Crispi lineup, certainly hop on blackovis.com, call us up, hit us in the chat. We'll be happy to get you in the right boot for your next time.